Hello and welcome to Herman Hits the Road. I'm Ads.
And I'm Zoe.
And in this video we're going to discuss with you, in collaboration with other vanners, the 3 worst mistakes that we've ever made while on a motorhome camping trip. So stick around and stay tuned. What's our first one?
So the first one, which I think we'll remember for quite some time,
Yeah.
is when we reversed into the tree in France.
Sounds dramatic, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Because it sounds like a huge, great big tree, but in effect it was a tiny little tree.
It's only about that wide.
But it did so much damage, didn't it? With the bike rack.
Yeah.
And yes. Yeah,
Where were we though?
Well, we're trying to remember, weren't we? They were all the campsite. We had little bays, didn't they? And it was very pretty. It was right next to the sea.
No, it was the Gulf.
Gulf of Morbihan.
Gulf of Morbihan. And you think we're very clever remembering that, but we've had to look that up.
and we're probably pronouncing
which is right near Vannes in France, Brittany.
Yes.
So yeah, the campsite, the bays were, it was all quite narrow, wasn't it? And it was chucking it down.
Yeah, and normally 9 times out of 10 I do get out and say, look, stop, I'm going to get out.
Well, blame Zoe.
Make sure that you're not going to go into anything. Anyway, yeah, because it was pissing it down with rain. I thought, I'm not getting out in this weather. And then just happened to go into a tree. And we were a bit upset, weren't we? But luckily we had the bike rack on the back, otherwise it would have damaged Herman. So.
Yeah, so the bike rack was all bent.
Yes.
And it's still bent to this day. I've straightened it, kind of, but
it's never
that saved us from damaging the rear window, at least, I think.
Yes, that's right. But ever since then, I think I've always got out, even when we're at a camping and caravanning club site.
Yeah.
And it's in a bay where there's no trees, I always still have to get out, don't I?
Yep.
So,
Lesson learned, folks.
Yeah.
So now the next one, I suppose, well, it's happened twice to us, and it just trying to remember, it hasn't happened in Herman. There have always been rentals, and that is narrow roads.
Yes.
So the first time we went out in a rental, we went to
Forest of Dean.
Yeah, Forest of Dean, right?
Yeah.
So the Forest of Dean, right on the edge there between Wales and England, and there is there's Sidman's Yat.
Yeah.
Now the road, and I might be remembering this wrong, but the road up to Sidman's Yat from the A40, it gets very narrow. You can drive all the way except for this one place where you've got a house on one side, and on the other, rather than it being like a soft verge, high bush or whatever, it turns into a wall, and you can see all the scrapes down this wall where people have tried to do it before, and we just had to fold the mirrors in and get by. But that was like really scary for the first time, wasn't it?
Yes, because we weren't used to being in a motorhome, were we, in the width of the van and things.
That's right. And of course the second time was another rental, was when we were in Scotland.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get to Blair Drummond Safari Park and Campervan site. I can't remember if it's a caravan and camping now or something.
It is.
We got to a town just outside, 2-3 miles, not even that maybe, from the campsite. It said the road ahead is closed, and you could see, we pulled over, we could see that right ahead they were resurfacing the road, but cars were overtaking us, and I could see them coming out beyond there. I thought, well, that's what we're going to do.
Follow everybody else.
Follow everybody else. So turning the sat-nav off, because the sat-nav, once I typed in, roadblock ahead 200 yards or whatever, it said, you have to go around this mountain. And since this place I could see it on the map. We had to go around this mountain to get to where we wanted. We decided to follow these cars, and now these cars are driving around the back of an estate. Do you know those alleys you get? Those alleys that you can drive down if you're a small little van or car, and at the back you've got the rear of the shops where they do all the loading. It was one of them.
Well, was it?
So we're following that around. So we go through this estate, go around the back, And yeah, we're following these cars down this little alley, the back of the alley. So we're going from the loading area, as it were, of the shops and the bars and whatever,
But it wasn't
into the street.
diverted round there, was it?
No.
No.
But yeah, so we had to go down. Now we had no rear window. We had to fold the mirrors in, and it got narrow. It got narrower, in fact, because the sides of the walls of this narrow thingy alley had pipes and waterworks, all this kind of thing. So we had to fold the mirrors in. And it was quite scary because we couldn't get out. You couldn't open the door or anything like that. So that was.
And you couldn't reverse, so you had to keep going.
Couldn't reverse. Couldn't do anything.
No.
Well, I could have reversed, but it might have hit something.
I don't think you could have reversed.
But anyway, that's our second one. It's kind of a 2 there. But
Yes.
what's our third
Well,
one?
the third one.
I think this is the one I'd really like to forget, and it's probably our
Yes.
worst
And
one.
the annoying thing was, we could have done it, but I thought, oh, we've got plenty of time. Let's leisurely get there.
I was being a skinflint.
And it's missing the ferry, wasn't it?
Yeah,
At Dublin.
yeah. Between Dublin and Holyhead,
Yeah.
we missed the ferry by. Well, they must have just shut the
10
gates.
minutes, wasn't it? And we could have, we kind of leisurely. It wasn't till the afternoon, the ferry.
Yeah, it was a
So
late
it wasn't
one.
like an early morning one. But we thought, oh, we'll stop off. We'll have lunch. We'll mosey on round. And then you said, oh, we won't pay the toll.
Won't need to pay the toll. €6, I think it was. I'm not paying €6.
And
Cheapskate.
then we must have hit every red light, mustn't we, going round? It was so
If you
busy,
don't take the
traffic.
toll road, it is so slow because you're driving through town,
'Cause you go
through the
round
town,
in a
through the city.
circle, don't you? Sort of,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a nightmare. And of course the lights. Oh, it's yeah. So
I can't
yeah, we
remember
didn't
what
make
time
it.
the ferry was, but I went in and I said, oh, when's your next one? I think it was like 4 hours later.
yeah, it was
wasn't
4 hours later.
So it was on the same day. It was like 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock. So we just hung around, didn't we, at the ferry port?
Yeah,
And
we had
had
lunch. I think we
dinner.
did a video, didn't we? Sorry, dinner. We had dinner.
yeah, pasta bake or something,
Yeah, I think we did a video.
possibly.
We had
Yeah,
an
well,
indicator
time.
problem. We had a thingy
Yes.
problem with the indicator where
So
you'd
try to fix
indicate and it would stop. It would flicker, and it would stop. But I seem to fix that
oh,
temporarily
I just thought
anyway.
Something else the lights, the headlights.
Oh, yeah.
It kept moving up and down, didn't it? And we
Yes.
could hardly see when we got over the other side.
Yeah, there was a fault with our headlights where
Oh.
they would fall down like was a camera, fall down like that. And of course, this failed the MOT the year after,
So there's a video on that.
which you may have seen. But yeah, so we're driving down this pitch black Holyhead road
Yeah.
to our campsite at 1:30 in the morning, and we could hardly see.
Yes. So that was a pain, wasn't
I'm
it?
laughing now.
And luckily, I think because it was the same day, we were thinking, oh gosh, if we've got to stay overnight. And,
Yeah,
have the day off work.
they didn't charge us for parking though, which I thought was all right. They just moved our booking, didn't they?
Yes, but it's probably cheaper because we didn't get into 1 in the morning, so it was quite exhausting, wasn't it?
I suppose that's it though, isn't it?
It is.
And we,
So
you know,
too.
yeah. So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to check out everybody else's video on this collaboration
Yeah.
van list.
And if
List
you've
of
had
band
any bad
collaboration?
experiences or mistakes
yeah.
that you've made, please let us know, and then
Let us
we'll
know.
try not to do it as well.
Yeah, let us know. Let's all learn from one of these bad experiences. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in a comment what's your worst experience you've ever had. If you haven't got a caravan or motorhome or even a tent, just whatever experience you've ever had. Bad experience you've ever had. Right, until then, thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.